Per reports, the Pittsburgh Steelers have just selected a defense tackle in Derrick Harmon who has a partial tear in his shoulder labrum and will require surgery down the road and may miss some time. But first, before I get more into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also like this video. Now, let's get right back into it. So, Derrick Harmon was the Steelers' selection at pick number 21 in the first round. And apparently, he has a shoulder medical issue. He has said it's not a big deal, but a report came out today by 93.7 The Fan that down the road, he will require surgery. And apparently, at the combine, it was revealed in his medical, in an MRI, that he has a partial tear in his rotator cuff and labrum. So, the Pittsburgh Steelers, however, didn't care, and they selected him anyway. But here's the quote on his medical. According to a league source, Derrick Harmon's combine MRI revealed partial rotator cuff tear and a labral tear. Per source, multiple teams attached risk destination to Harmon's medical evaluation. Expectation was he might slide a few spots as a result of this, but wouldn't drop out of the first round. End quote. So, that quote was by Pittsburgh Steelers insider Mike Prisuta. And when you look at this, it's two partial tears is what's being reported for Derrick Harmon. And usually that could be played through and you don't need to have surgery. You can let it rest and you can play through it. Most people, however, decide to get surgery to kind of fix it right away. But we're just have to wait and see what Derrick Harmon does. 93.7 The Fan said that he will require the surgery down the road, however, and may miss some time. But, however, this isn't new news to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Obviously, Mike Tomlin, Omar Khan, they already knew about this. It's not just new information that only insiders and reporters just found out the day after the draft. No, the Steelers know about this. And Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan were asked about this in the press conference following the pick, and they said they are extremely comfortable with Harmon's medicals. Also, Harmon said there are no concerns when he was also asked about this during his call with the media the night of the selection yesterday. So if anything, the injury concern may have helped the Steelers to actually land Harmon, a player who they wanted at the defensive tackle position, maybe more than some other people. Because maybe he fell, other teams were scared to pick him because of the medical problem, but then he fell to the Steelers, and the Steelers were able to get him. So it's important to keep in mind that the Steelers had Harmon in for a pre-draft visit as well, and they had access to all the combine medicals, like every other team. The team doctors always weigh in during the evaluation as well, that process, and there would have been red flags raised if there were true concerns, but there wasn't. So the Pittsburgh Steelers made the selection. And when you look at the Steelers, they have drafted two players with medical concerns. You put that in quotation marks, medical concerns in recent years, because neither have had issues since joining the Steelers. For example, Darnell Washington, he had some supposed medical flags that caused him to fall to the third round of the draft after being a monster in college. And the Steelers selected him. He was supposed to have some knee problems. He never even had no knee problems so far with the Steelers. The combine screening process reportedly revealed that Peyton Wilson was missing an ACL and that he has knee issues and he won't last long in the league. Well, you look at him with the Pittsburgh Steelers and he was flying all around the field. He was making all the plays, sideline to sideline, a fast inside linebacker. Those ACLs didn't stop him from anything. Those knee problems didn't stop him from anything. And the Steelers still felt comfortable taking them. Taking Darnell Washington, taking Peyton Wilson. So the red flags and the medicals didn't matter then, and they don't matter now. It's a player that you still believe can play at a high level, and those medical issues can be fixed. It's not like these medical problems are just going to stop them for their entire career. A shoulder injury isn't going to end your career. So even if he did supposedly miss some time and need to get it fixed, it's not like he's going to be out for his entire career with the team. and it's just a waste of a first-round pick. No, even if he needs to get it fixed, he's still going to be on the team. He's still going to just be the better version of himself if he's fully healthy than he even showed in college. So you have to relax a little bit and realize that the medicals can and will be good. The Steelers know what they're doing. They've done this before in selecting other players, and 93% of the fan and some other people are just freaking out for no reason, saying that this is a waste of a pick. He's has shoulder injuries, medical issues, and they shouldn't have selected him. That's why other teams didn't select him, and the Steelers just wasted a pick. They could have got Shedeur Sanders instead, but they wasted on an injury-prone player. Well, you have to think. I don't think he missed a game the last 3 years in college. So if those injury concerns are a big deal, it's not showing in terms of him playing on the football field. He plays in every single game. He plays almost every single snap. So those injury concerns aren't actually taking place on the football field. It's just being made up in people's minds off the field. So before I end this video, let me just end it off on what Derrick Harmon had to say himself when asked about his medical concerns. He was asked about his shoulder problem, and he said this: "I'm fully healthy, ready to go. I don't have no concerns. I'm ready to get to work." End quote. So he basically has no idea where the medical things are coming from, saying that he's not okay, and he really doesn't know about that, but he's ready to get to work, and he's ready to be a Pittsburgh Steeler and put in the work that he showed in college and do that same thing with the Steelers. So in my eyes, this is a really good pick for the Steelers. The only question, however, is the Steelers' defense, the defensive line position. We know Cameron Hayward is going to be a starter. We know Keanu Benton is going to be a starter. And the Steelers usually play 2 inside defensive lines. And then the edge rushers, TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith on the outside. So is Derrick Harmon going to get to see the field for the most portion of the game? Probably not. That's why some people have this pick as not so great over like a guy like Shedeur Sanders, who would be a starting quarterback right away, because Derrick Harmon is still going to have to wait 2 years behind Cameron Hayward, and people are saying that this is a wasted pick because of it. In my eyes, the Steelers needed run defense. We've seen them the last however many years, late towards in the season, need the help at run defense. Their run defense just breaks down towards in the year. So I don't know how you can see that, see the Ravens absolutely destroying the Steelers in the run game in the playoffs, and say, hey, we're not going to, or we don't want Derrick Harmon. We would rather a different position. No, we need Derrick Harmon. It doesn't matter if it's rotational depth right away or if it's a starting position. We needed help at that position. Derrick Harmon is the best pass rushing defensive lineman, defensive tackle in the entire NFL draft, and he's really, really good at run defense as well. So he's a player who could do it all. He's versatile, could line up at many positions on the defensive line, the interior of it, and that's what the Steelers need. So Derrick Harmon is a good selection. Medicals may not check out, but the Steelers have no concern, and we trust them. So let's see how this goes. And it's funny, because the players the Steelers select that don't have medical concerns are usually the ones who end up getting injured. For example, Roman Wilson, Calvin Austin missed basically their entire rookie season. You look at Troy Fautanu as well, injured, missed an entire year. Ryan Watts missed an entire year. So players who don't have the injury concerns usually end up getting injured. But the players who have the medical concerns, apparently, like Darnell Washington and Peyton Wilson, they end up playing every single game, every single snap that they could. So it just doesn't really make sense, but we're just have to wait and see with Derrick Harmon. We can only really wait and see to see if he needs surgery or if he doesn't, or if he could play every single snap or if he can't. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on this concern of his medical, saying that he has a partial tear in both his rotator cuff and his labrum. Do you think he'll require surgery? Do you think this was a wasted pick? Or do you think he'll play through it like he, Mike Tomlin, and Omar Khan are saying that they have no concern with it? So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, updates, highlights, analysis reports. Every selection in the draft will be covered on the channel with an introduction to them, just like Derrick Harmon was already. So go ahead and check that out. Every new player today, tomorrow, will be on the channel as well. So stay tuned for all the rumors, all the coverage, highlights, and until the next video, make sure you subscribe and turn notifications so you can get notified with everything. But I'll see you guys all later. Until the next video today, I'm out. Peace.